Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another knife-related video. Today I'm going to be doing a disassembly and maintenance video on this F95 Frag. Now, I recently uploaded my unboxing video for this knife. I have not yet done a full review. Full disclosure, I did not buy this brand new from Monkey Edge, who is the retailer who has the exclusive on this particular model. This is a Monkey Edge exclusive variant of the F95. I bought it pre-owned. This is an older model and I think it's discontinued. I think it was made and sold around 2018. So it's about 3 years old at this point. So it's not terribly old. But again, it's not brand new. The person that I bought it from said that they bought it and essentially put it in their safe and never carried it, never used it. So it's literally in like new condition. But that's a long time for the oils and the the grease in the knife to congeal and to gum up. So it seems to be running okay, but I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and give this 3-year-old knife or thereabouts a good cleaning and maintenance. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Monkey Edge exclusive Frag pen tool that I also bought from a different seller. Really quite a miraculous coincidence to be able to pick up the matching pen to this knife at the same time. Really happy about that. You may remember or have seen my F3NS disassembly and maintenance video that I did. I'm hoping that this is going to be a little simpler. There should be at least one less screw, and with any luck, in that video when I disassembled it, I didn't have any problems of losing any of the ball bearings in the multi-row bearing system. I'm hoping that I'm going to remove the components here and those bearings are going to stay put yet again. So with that, I've already got the bit that I need to remove the first screw, so let's go ahead and get started. Just make sure that the screw is coming out quite easily. I believe we have it. Very good. There's one. We'll change bits. And again, this frag pattern pen tool comes with 2 bits, and it's the 2 bits that are needed for this particular knife. Let's see. There we go. Again, I want to try to keep this as flat as possible during the disassembly to hopefully ensure that the bearings will stay put. Make sure we're not spinning. Okay, that should be enough. Yep. That screw came out nicely as well. I'm going to go ahead and take both of the screws and set them over here. There's no confusing them, so no problems there. Give myself a little room and I will try to remove. There we go. Just a little, we'll just go slow. Here we are. Now I'll go ahead and try to show the millwork that has been done. It's pretty extensive in the presentation side, titanium handle scale. I'm running into focus issues there. So the milling is pretty extensive for weight reduction. That's very impressive. Just going to give myself a little extra room and hold this off to the side. Now, I'm going to try to hold the knife up to the camera at this junction to again see the pivot area, so that you can see the bearings. Really neat. Again, a pretty traditional multi-row layout there. You can see the standoff that we have as well. Let me see if I can go ahead and remove. Here we go. Keep it very flat. And there is some lubrication. I think it's more of a grease than an oil. That's interesting. I'll try to remove the blade, take it off the pivot. Just kind of wiggle. These knives have very tight tolerances. Whoops. You know what? I'm seeing a ball bearing there. I think I see where it belongs as well. Do have some tweezers. I'm going to try to use them to pick up the ball bearing and replace it from where I believe it belongs. Yep. Got it back. Well, that wasn't too hateful. If that's the worst that we get, shouldn't be too bad. These tweezers were very helpful. Let's see. For some reason, I'm having a little bit of a challenge getting the blade off the pivot. There we go. Blade came off. And here is the clip side. Again, you can see lots more milling. You can hopefully see the lock bar insert, steel insert, and of course the second multi-row bearings, the second wheel of them there. Of course, you have the anodized blue standoff here as well. Really interesting. This knife really does have all the high-end features you would expect. This is a 3-bears knife, so it is the highest level of production knife available. It is the same level as my F3NS. So again, very happy about that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get some swabs and start to do a little cleaning here. Try to get some of the old lubrication off. All right. Well, I'll tell you, for a knife that is as old as this knife is, 3 years old, there is no lint in this knife. So there's no dirt, no grime, there's no indication that this knife has ever been carried. So I'm really impressed. Truth be told, I probably didn't need to do this. Of course, I didn't know that. You don't know how dirty it is until you open it up and take a look at it. But there is no dirt. I cleaned the factory lubrication off the interior of the pivot area here. But there's no dirt in there. And I'm going to more carefully wipe this area down. Again, no dirt. Try to wipe the bearings off. I'll just go ahead and clean this side of it. Maybe when I get braver, I will attempt this again in the future. I'll go ahead and wipe the blade down. Now, something that I didn't do when I did my cleaning or my disassembly and maintenance on my F3NS, I didn't use any of this EDCI formula. It's primarily used as a rust inhibitor, I believe. It's a pretty good cleanser for the blade, good cleaner, but it also is a rust inhibitor. I don't know that it's entirely necessary for me in Ohio on an M390 blade to use it, but I have it, so why not? So I'm going to go ahead and spray the blade, and from what I understand, let me go ahead and dry some of this, make sure some of the alcohol is removed from the blade. From what I understand, the best way to ensure that this formula kind of penetrates is to hand rub it in. I am just kind of rubbing it in with my finger here. Okay, I think I got the blade pretty well cleaned. Put that right here. I'm going to, let's see, I don't think I need this anymore. I'm going to go ahead and try to apply some lubrication now. I will start with some of the regular KPL on this side. And again, a little bit goes a long way. I'm bad about over lubricating, trying to get better about that. Put some here on these bearings. Let's see, how do we want to do this? We will need to put some of the KPL heavy product on the detent track here on the blade. There. See if I can spread that down here. Very good. Probably a little heavier than it needs to be. And let's go ahead and try to put this back. Give myself a little bit of room there. And I'll go ahead and put some more KPL non-heavy in this area. Put my ball bearing wheel back. Around a little bit there in the lubrication. A little bit more on the bearings here. Okay. And try to replace this guy. Perfect. There we go. That's threading. Now what I would like to do Just to examine the back side of this screw. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Trying to do a one-handed bit change here. Got it. Now we will attempt to this again. There we go. Worse. I think we're snugging up. Yep. Not going to over tighten it. Okay. I didn't go too tight with the pivot. Bearings didn't go flying everywhere, so that's a good sign. We are centered. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, that's nice. That is really, really nice. Wow, look at how drop shut that is. I probably need to, I don't know if I need to go any tighter with the pivot or not. It is just dead nut centered, but I want to make sure. Let's see. I think that's probably good. Oh, that's so nice. Wow. Well, you gotta love KPL knife lubrication. That is good stuff right there. So go ahead and wipe a little bit on the front of it here. There you have it. There is my cleaning and maintenance, or my disassembly and maintenance video on this F95 frag pattern. It went swimmingly well, as did the cleaning and maintenance, disassembly and reassembly that I did on my F3. I will say that so far these are going better than I expected. I've done this before with a variety of other knives, from production knives like ZTs to Hinderers to Chris Reeves and Koenigs, and I expected these to be more difficult than they are. If you have one of these larger sized Shirogorovs, I would encourage you to give it a try. I do also have a Hatian Zero that I have been unable to get those screws off because of the free spinning nature of them. I need to give that another try, but it's the smaller knives, in my experience, it's a little bit more challenging, but the screws seem to come out much easier on these larger examples of Shirogorov. So I'm really happy. I'm liking this knife more and more all the time. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.